Hello, welcome to my Tireside chat. It's 4:30 in the afternoon and I'm actually making this video on my drive home. Really, I'm going to go pick the wife up from work and then we're headed home. But I hadn't made a video in a week or so. Thought I'd catch you all up on the latest happenings in my world. What's going on in Robin's world? Well, nothing too crazy. We had a nice trip to Pismo. Me and Danielle and the kids, and we met Tim there. Stayed at the Seacrest, which again, it's a nice place. That's where we've been going lately. Whenever we do go to Pismo, we were going to Airbnbs pretty habitually there for quite a while, just because, you know what, I probably should have gone on 168 here on 100. We were going to Airbnbs there for a while because it was a better deal, or it was about the same price as staying at one of the hotels, but especially when we were taking the kids, you know, it's like, well, you get a whole house and all the conveniences that come with that. You're not like, you know, in a hotel with a bunch of people. It's a little more secluded. We would usually find an Airbnb with like that neighborhood in Grover Beach, kind of behind the railroad tracks across from where the Butterfly Park is, if you know where that is. However, yeah, just this year, for one thing, all the Airbnbs have been pretty much unavailable, and when they have been available, it's cost prohibitive, just say that much. So staying at somewhere like the Seacrest, where on a good weekend, like this last weekend was you know, $300, $350 a night, really like $350 after taxes, and then we paid for the family suite that they have. I think there's 4 of them there in that whole complex, where it's a room with a king size bed, and then it actually has a second little room with a couple twins for the kids, and that works out really nicely. I'm going down Villa here, and I'm realizing I saw some cops down here when I was going to the other office earlier, and I'm going to watch my speed, because they're probably out looking for people to pull over. So yeah, we had a nice 3 nights in Pismo. I took Dean boogie boarding Monday morning. We rented I have a boogie board, but I don't have wetsuits, and obviously we needed a second boogie board for Dean. So we went Sunday evening or late afternoon and rented 2 wetsuits and another boogie board. And then we went out. I got him up Monday morning because he really, really wanted to go. After I took him last time we went down there, he just loves boogie boarding now, which is perpetually, I'm stoked about that. Going out and riding the gnar. I'm saying that right. It's not riding the gnar. Thrashing the gnar. Why am I drawing a blank on this? Someone's going to correct me. It's usually in reference to skateboarding, but anyhow, we went boogie boarding Monday morning. Yeah, the wetsuits we got, like, mine was lengthwise was correct, but it was like really tight, and I was barely able to squeeze it onto my legs, especially. And but I was nice and warm. Dean's fit him lengthwise, but his was a little too loose, and I think he kept getting fresh seawater, and he got cold. So I think we were only out there for maybe 30-45 minutes, and normally we'd go for like an hour or more. But there was some good surf, and we had a lot of fun. And then we went back up and changed and jumped in the pool in the hot tub one last time before we packed up and left Monday morning. The other interesting thing this weekend about Pismo was there was a ton of clams that were unopened, that were all over the beach. I hear that might be due to the fact that the water is just warmer right now, mainly due to the El Nino season, which the water was noticeably warmer when we were boogie boarding. Are you gonna go, dude, or what are you guys doing? What are we doing? Turn signal would be nice. Come again? I said a turn signal would be nice. Pretty please, with sugar on top. Turn the car. Turn the car. Where am I? Okay, so Pismo, and we got back from Pismo Monday afternoon after having to take a detour out to the 33 because they had part of 41 down to, they're doing a bunch of construction at the James Dean intersection there where 41 meets 46, and so that adds like 30-45 minutes to the trip, which, you know, whatever, there are worse things. But yeah, we made it back home all right, and just since I've gotten home, we've had a bunch of things to catch up on. Just, you know, life stuff, bills, and what else? Yeah, moving the kids to different health insurance, which I got to finish that tonight. Since Brooks moved out of town, and we have the kids full time now. Well, she switched jobs. Really, that wouldn't matter so much if more for the fact that she was switching jobs, because the kids were on her insurance through Fresno Unified. They had Kaiser, and it was actually relatively cheap for what they had. And she doesn't have that anymore. Went to a new job, and also she's got a month and a 1 month gap before her new insurance kicks in. And we compared and everything, and her new insurance is still less costly than it would be to put both of the kids onto my insurance at my employer by a considerable amount. Dude, what are you doing? Okay. Again, turn signal would be nice. Just gonna like swerving over into my lane. So, in the meantime, for the next month, just to make sure that the kids have some sort of insurance, I'm just using Covered California, which, for any of you who aren't aware, Covered California, especially if you're unemployed or in dire straits of some sort, or if you're not making that much money, the state government will supplement your health insurance. I first used it like a year and a half ago when I quit my job at Flowway, and I was unemployed for like 2 months or so. And really, I mean, I had savings and everything, but and savings, and I was taking unemployment too. So, no, I couldn't, because I quit. Anyways, I signed up for Covered California. You just go to the website. It was actually really easy to do, to sign up for, and then like you can get any type of insurance you want. And because we were just on Danielle's income at the time, and I, it listed one dependent at the time, which was one of the kids. It was like, I mean, the insurance plan that I had selected for myself and Danielle was like, if without any assistance, was going to be like $800 a month. But the cost to us was actually, I think it wound up being like $100 a month, $150, something like that. But for situations like this, it's nice because, well, I mean, you're required now, thanks Obama, we have universal health care. You're just required to have it. Now, okay, that's universal health care, sure. So A, you're required to have it, but B, you have a wide range of options. So I need to put the kids on something, so I can just go to that website and sign them up. And I'm just going to put them on basically like an emergency only Kaiser plan, since they're on Kaiser now. This way they'll still be on Kaiser, and then, that way if anything happens, God forbid, in the next month before they're on the new insurance, they're still with Kaiser, and we've got some basic coverage, and at least cover. There's a maximum spending, and some basic coverage for like emergency services and things like that. What else? Back to work this week. Work's been cool. We're trying to plan an internet upgrade. There's some other guy in front of me driving like a douche. He's like on someone's ass. They're like racing back and forth. Was this the guy that it's like somebody cut off? Oh, good. Road rage. I'm about to witness somebody getting killed. Stay classy, Fresno. Anyway, yeah, work's been cool. I don't know what else I wanted to talk about. Danielle's going back to pub trivia tonight. What the hell? Is that guy seriously following the other dude? I don't care enough to turn and look. Yeah, Danielle's going to pub trivia tonight, but she hasn't done that with her pub trivia team in, gosh, it's been years. Maybe it was pre-COVID. I think she's going to that at from 6:30 to 9 or something. So it's gonna be me and the kids at home. After that, we'll go home and make dinner. But yeah, so we've had to now that the kids are there all the time, we've had to expand our list of dinners that we're cooking so that we have some more variety, because the kids are with us a week at a time, and then they go back to Brooks's for a week. We've got 5 meals that we make all the time, plus we might get takeout one night or 2 nights, or we might have Saturday night go over to Danielle's mom's house or something like that, or whatever was going on. But yeah, now it's like they're there all the time, so we need we gotta plan meals every week. And so I got this cool it's like a to-do list, but it's like a refrigerator magnet thing that sticks to your refrigerator, and it's got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we've been running out in the beginning of the week. Okay, Monday we're gonna have this, and Tuesday this, and this. Added a couple things. We did doing meatloaf now. The tricky thing is coming up with sides half the time. That's because the kids are really picky about vegetables, and I do force them to eat some things sort of. Actually, Kai Ray's gotten to be a lot better now that they're getting older, but Dean's still a bit picky. He at least tries some things. I mean, he'll try I made Brussels sprouts the other day, which I personally love Brussels sprouts. You can get them we get them at Trader Joe's, and they just come frozen in a bag. And now we've got the air fryer, and you can just dump them in the air fryer or the microwave. By the way, of course, they're better in the air fryer. And you either put a little oil on them or some butter after the fact. And the air fryer, you cook them for 5 minutes, and they're crispy and hot. And you put some garlic salt and some pepper on there. Oh man, delicious! I could eat a whole bowl of Brussels sprouts. And I made some the other night, and I forget what else did we have. I made some sweet potato fries, which I did in the air fryer, and the Impossible chicken nuggets. Yeah, so it was a vegetarian dinner, except I had some leftover spaghetti that had meat sauce in it. So, along with everything, we just kind of had a hodgepodge of stuff at night. But I think that was Monday night when we got back from Pismo. But yeah, the air fryer's been awesome, man. We use that all the time. I gave Dean actually voluntarily. I didn't have to force him to. He voluntarily took a couple of Brussels sprouts, 2. When I say a couple, I literally mean 2. And he ate one. He's like, yeah, I don't really like these. Really? Delicious. You don't like those? It's a texture thing. That's what it is, everything. Oh, it's a texture thing. I don't like mashed potatoes. It's a texture thing. Like, it's just mushy French fries. Like, think of it that way. No, just don't like it. Oh, look, I hit a train. Barely. That's right. I still got 15 minutes until Danielle's off of work. And I'm like 3 blocks from there. So, yeah, so he doesn't like Brussels sprouts. And I guess what kid does? No, but I made him eat I was like, well, could you eat the second one of those things? Put on your plate. Oh, okay, I'll eat it. He ate it. Just 2 Brussels sprouts. But, I'm not too worried about it. The kids are pretty healthy. Kyrie doesn't eat that great. They eat a lot of just like carbs, salt, and fat, pretty much. But and I push them to try to eat better all the time, but I can only do so much. She's 18. And what I was doing when I was 18, I say that all the time. I sound like an old man. When I was 18, I was living on people's couches and drinking bottles of vodka, doing every drug I could get my hands on. I went to rehab for a year. So my kid's doing pretty good by comparison. Now I'm just sitting here watching this train. Of course, it's a huge freight train. What else do we want to talk about? At least they got beverages here. Everybody probably thinks I'm drinking coffee. This is just water. This is my water cup. Oh, look, the train's done. Yep, have the water. We got bubbly in my little cozy thing here. We got an extra case of bubbly. It's warm, but I'm taking that home to put it in the fridge. So I'm gonna need it. That's all I asked for. The fluids. Oh, and I ordered some more tea on Saturday morning. And allegedly that showed up on the house porch, at the house on the porch today. I go through a lot of tea. You would be surprised about how much money I spend on tea. It's like criminal amounts. But again, you know how much money I used to spend on whiskey and cigarettes, and that I don't spend anymore? A lot. And this is a lot less. Probably. Yeah, I probably spend, how much do I spend a month on tea? I usually put in an order on average every 2 weeks. Yeah, it's about $300 a month. But it's like the highest quality oolong tea that you can buy. And Danielle drinks it too. So we share it. I make some for her every morning. I usually have a cup in the morning, and then I'll have a cup after lunch, most days. But, when you buy an order of, $150, that's like 2 canisters, 2 5.3 ounce canisters of Da Yu Ling oolong, which is like the highest grade one that I can get, at least from this place. There's a lot of other really high grade oolongs. I really like the flavor of this one and the effect, like every tea that I try, there's a big difference between that and like the jasmine pearl ones. Those jasmine pearl ones, I don't know if it's necessarily that they have a lot more caffeine, but it's like the way that the leaves are roasted. But the jasmine pearl ones, if I'm not careful, like there'll be they're hand-picked tea leaves that are rolled up and roasted and dried, and like they look like peas, kind of. But really, if you're gonna make a cup of tea with those, you only need like 3 or 4 of those balls, and steep it for like 3 minutes, and they're delicious. That tea is delicious. But in the past, when I first started drinking that stuff, I would use like quite a bit more than that, and I would steep it for longer and make it really strong, and like your heart would be racing. I mean, it wasn't, but it didn't feel the same as like drinking a ton of coffee. Anyways, I don't go near that stuff. It's slightly different which is quite a bit different than the Dayuling one that I like. That one, and there's another one called. So that one, the Dayuling one, is like that's about $10 an ounce, $12 an ounce. Which, yeah, for good green teas, good oolong teas, for the high grade stuff, that's not unheard of at all. So that one, there's another one called Lishan, Lishan. That's actually tastes pretty similar to the Dayuling one. I think it's got a little more caffeine, but it has a similar kind of effect that I like, where it's not too potent. It's usually enough I can have a cup in the morning. It wakes me up. I feel like I have some caffeine in me. I'm a little more focused. But and that one, the Lishan one, it's like half the price. And there have been times where I'm like, well, I'm just going to get the Lishan one and not drink the Dayuling. And actually what I wind up doing usually is doing like a blend. I blend them together. I get a little bit of both, and that kind of extends the, I don't know, I guess now I'm talking about it out loud. It's like, why do I do that? Like, oh, well, I've got the really expensive one, and then this one, and I blend that in. It tastes kind of the same, it has the same effect, but it extends the length of time that I have, or that really expensive one. So the average cost value of the tea, I'm explaining the average cost value of the tea here. It lowers the average cost value. So instead of, $12 an ounce, it's costing me like $8 an ounce for the amount of tea that I get, and that lasts me a couple of weeks of as much as I drink. Anyhow, well, I started talking about tea, kind of went off on a tangent here. I'm at Roger Rocca's in the parking lot now. I guess I should message the wife and let her know I'm here. It's a little bit before 5 o'clock, and she's not normally off yet, but that's that. So it's Labor Day weekend this weekend. We don't really have any plans. It's nice to get a 3-day weekend. Oh, I am going on Saturday, which is kind of cool. My company, our HR lady, Betty, who I really like, she's awesome. I probably talked about her the other day. She sent out an email to everyone at the company saying that they're paying for anyone who wants to become first aid CPR certified for a class this Saturday morning. It's from 8 to noon. And I said, hey, you know what? That sounds like a good thing to do. And it's free, and they're paying for it. So, yeah. What else am I doing that's super important? I can find other things that are important to do, but that'd be a good thing to have. So I'm gonna go do that on Saturday, and you get a certificate and everything. So otherwise, yeah, that's I'm sure we'll find plenty of other stuff to do. I've got projects around the house and whatnot. I need to replace the starter in Ray's car at some point. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. It's supposed to be cooler this weekend too. Actually, I'm gonna go for a bike ride. I'm gonna take the bike out. It's supposed to be, I think, 90 on Friday and then 85 on Saturday. And I think, yeah, they're supposed to go back up a little bit on Sunday, like 88, but it should be a beautiful time. Maybe I'll go out Sunday morning and ride up to Woodward or something. Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, okay, well, 25-minute video, that's long enough. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.